Hi, my name is Mike Head and welcome to Atlas Ceramics on some of our frequently asked questions. In our previous video we talked about how to clean stone using the power clean. Okay, so basically we're coming back to this now to actually look to seal the floor. So how do we seal our floor? This is a natural stone product, and this is a product that we use from Lithofin, which is called Stainstop, MN Stainstop, and this will seal all of your natural stones. Okay. So basically we cleaned the floor, we're happy with it, we've left it to dry, so it's fully dried now. Some people say, well, how do I carry on using my kitchen if it's a kitchen area? We recommend that perhaps you use your socks or something like that to walk on it, so that it keeps it nice and clean and dry. Before we actually go to seal it, we would like to hoover the floor to make sure there's no dust particles or anything on the floor, and make sure it's all clean. Okay. First of all, before we do anything in sealing a natural stones, we make sure we do a test area. The test area is important to make sure that we're happy with the finish of it before we do the rest of the floor. If there's any problems or anything like that, then please don't hesitate to give us a call at Atlas Ceramics and we'll be happy to answer any questions. Okay, so we've got the floor, we've got the test area that we're going to do. Okay, we're happy with everything. Before we start, what we want is a tray. Okay, to put our sponge into once we've finished putting the sealer over the floor. It's important that you don't leave the sponge on the tile because it can leave marks and that. Okay, so we've got a sponge from Bright Ideas here, which we can buy on our internet site. We've got the MN Stainstop from Lithofin, and then finally what we've got here is the wash and clean. What we recommend that once you're happy with the floor, it's all been sealed, that you maintain and keep it clean with that. Okay, so we're going to start. Questions we get asked: how long do I do it for? How long do I leave it on, and that sort of stuff. This is a limestone, so limestones are a lot softer and they will absorb a lot more of the Stainstop. This will take probably 5 to 6 minutes once we put this on to allow it to saturate it, to allow it to sort of like diffuse into the tile itself. If it's a hard stone that you've got at home, you know, some of the granites and stuff like that, the harder it is, then you need to leave it on longer. Okay, so we'd recommend sort of 15-20 minutes. Okay, keeping it constantly sort of damp or wet on the surface. What you don't want to do is to let it dry. If you let it dry with marks on top or sitting on the surface, then it will leave that and you'll notice that across the floor. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off and seal this floor. Okay, so we've cleaned it, we're happy with it, we've got the towel, we've got everything. Okay, so open up the sealer itself if I can. It's childproof, which I struggle with sometimes. Okay, got a sponge, let's pour it on. Remember, like I said, we're going to saturate it, move it about. Oh, there we go, all over the tile. And as we mentioned earlier, we're going to leave it on there for 5 to 6 minutes. Keep on agitating it in a controlled area that we're using. And this is the particular stone with the fragile tape that we actually cleaned last time, which we did the demonstration on using a power clean, how to clean my natural stone floor. You see how much that's come up. Beautiful, isn't it? Okay, you can see it's really sucked it in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to carry on with this for the next 5 to 6 minutes, and then we're going to come back to you to sort of finish it off and show you what to do next after that time. Okay, so till then, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so welcome back. We've had the 5 to 6 minutes go. I'm going to give a final wipe down of the area, take off any excess. I've been wiping it every sort of minute, every sort of 30 seconds, just to keep it damp and moist over the top. Okay, so I've taken off the excess. Okay, so I'm happy with that. It's all gone in well. Now what I'm going to do is get my clean towel and I'm going to wipe off the excess. Okay, most important, because you don't want any of it sitting onto the surface. Okay, open it out completely. There we go, look at that, it's come up so well. Natural stone is a beautiful product, but the most important part of it is making sure that you seal it well. Okay, so that's all done and dusted. Okay, so that's an area done. I'll leave that to dry now. Make sure it's fully cured and set within the stone. What I don't want to do is be washing the floor too soon until it's actually fully cured, sort of like a week or something like that. So just hoover it, and then I would then, to maintain it, use the Wash and Clean from Lithofin, which you can buy. Not a lot, it lasts for ages, you just put a little bit in a bucket. Okay, so this is a restoration of a floor. So we talked about earlier about the power clean and how to clean up the floor and to take off all that fat and dirt that's got a bit tired, and now we've topped it up and sealed it and we're happy. Now this is going to last now. If this was a new build, so this is a brand new floor, you would have these gaps which are your grout lines in between, okay? With any stone, you really want to do a test area or a test piece on a stone to make sure how long you need to leave the MN Stainstop on. But again, same process. Before it's grouted, you want to seal your floor. So it's all clean, it's all dry, okay? And then what you do is you then seal the floor as I've demonstrated here. Leave a little bit that just goes down through the joints, okay? And then that needs to be left and cured for 24 hours before you grout. Once you've grouted, as you can see, because I put it down the side of there, what we're trying to do is prevent some of the bleaching out of the colour. It's important perhaps to ensure that you use sort of similar colour of the grout, so it's not staining into the stone itself. Once the grout has fully dried, okay, fully dried, i.e. with the manufacturer's details on that, and it's fully dried and you're happy with it, you would then seal the whole floor again, as I've done here, including the grout area. So you've got 2 good coats, okay? Once that's all done, then just keep an eye on it. Use the Wash and Clean to keep it nice and clean. However, you know, after a few years or whatever, and you want to do it again, you start off with the cleaning of the power clean, and then you can keep it restored. As I said, if you've got any questions previously, please don't hesitate to give us a call. You can buy all these products on our site, and we look forward to hopefully speaking to you in the near future, and most importantly, doing the job right and enjoying your lovely natural stone floor. Till the next time, thank you for listening.